Coming up on Fulton Today, Fulton's police department officially transitions to the new city of South Fulton. We'll have the report. Also, Fulton's district attorney goes to the state capitol with hopes of giving Georgians a second chance at employment and life. And this is the final week to apply for that homestead exemption that could save thousands on your property taxes. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. We have developing county news to share with you.
Shania, volunteers from the Home Depot, as well as folks from Fulton County Public Works and the cities around South Fulton are all coming down here to Chestnut Ridge to pick up and help with the recovery.
We're all family. We're all here to try to help each other, especially in disaster.
This is really a devastation here in the city of South Fulton. And like the mayor and the council has said, this is not about just South Fulton, it's about all of us.
From the point of view of the new city, we're in the process of sort of separating, but yet we're still together. And this happened at a time, and there is a time and need for them. So as one of the 15 cities within Fulton County, the newest, I personally feel a need for us to do all that we can do to help them out. And it's a very cooperative working relationship.
Sir.
How are you doing?
Nice
Thank y'all.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
y'all
No
very
problem.
much. Rob
Nice to
Pitt,
meet you, sir.
Chairman
How
of
are
the
you?
Commission.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. We're all one big family at the end of it all,
That's
so
right.
yes, sir.
South Fulton is 8 cities strong. And one of the things that we as mayors, we meet often. And one of the things we try to do is make sure that we talk to each other, find out what the needs are. And so Fairbanks come through. Fulton County also, because even though we're a city, we're paying Fulton County taxes, and we have Fulton County commissioners who govern us, and the county has showed up magnificently.
This tragedy here, particularly for these people, has really brought us closer together. So we will have had police officers here. We'll have more around the clock providing security. We've had public works people here and volunteers.
I live about 9 minutes away from here. I am a resident of the city of South Fulton and have been for 13 years. And my family, we had to take cover during a recent storm. And when I found out that this community very close to ours was affected, I wanted to make sure that I came out and helped.
So it is a time for us all to come together, put any differences that there may be aside, and do what's best, because these, in fact, are our mutual constituents.
And this effort won't end with a single event or one single effort. It will take months and months for these residents to rebuild.
This marks the week that Fulton County Police officially transitioned to the city of South Fulton. This after the fire department transitioned last month. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now with more on this story.
Shania, Fulton County Police will keep its offices here in the Government Center because it is continuing some services of the department. But yes, there is a new police force for the city of South Fulton, one that some residents have questions about.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
In the packed sanctuary of the New Life Presbyterian Church, 85 former Fulton County police officers officially became members of the first ever City of South Fulton Police Department.
We're here to serve. We've enjoyed being in South Fulton, and now that we're part of the city, we're excited to make the vision of the city come true.
Interim Chief Sheila Rogers administered the oath, and the City of South Fulton mayor says more officers are to come.
These were just the internal people. Now we're going to start with external applications for people who can come over who want to be a part of our police force, and people we're going to be looking at who's a part of other forces who are certified, because it takes less time to put them on the street if they're already certified.
Fulton's chairman congratulated the new department and pledged the county's continued support.
The reality is we're all one. We're all serving the same constituents, and my commitment as chairman of the Board of Commissioners of Fulton County is to ensure that this transition continues to be smooth, that we work as closely as humanly possible with the leadership in the new city, and that our chief will continue to work with their interim chief to make sure that they have what they need from us.
Fulton County government will continue to provide policing needs for the Fulton Industrial District, which for now is still unincorporated. Additionally, the county's much smaller department will also handle the county-wide public safety training center and range and security needs across Fulton County, just to name a few. And now both the fire department and the police department are on the job in their new city of South Fulton.
I'm positive and sure that South Fulton Police going to be all right. As a resident, when I call, they're there. They're at our beck and call. We have to fight, but you know what? God is still good, and we over the hump now, and we got the best police force in the state of Georgia.
Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thank you, Brian. Meanwhile, the Fulton County District Attorney takes steps to change state law with the intent of giving some with criminal records a second chance.
This is essentially a bill about jobs, a bill about second chances. 25 other states already allow the felony restrictions of criminal records. 38 states allow the misdemeanor restriction of felony records.
We're going to actually go over to the governor's office and we're going to deliver the letter. So we're going to be mailmen for a little while.
We're asking that the state legislature, who's been doing great work in criminal justice reform, go even further to include the opportunity for restrictions for those who've made decisions that resulted in a conviction, nonviolent, and don't have any other criminal history.
An important deadline to remind you about as we continue our special series, Understanding Your Property Assessments. Now, this is the final week to apply for homestead exemption, and that deadline, April 2nd. But have you ever wondered just how your property is assessed? FGTV's Felicia Church explains.
With official Fulton County signage properly displayed, pen, notebook, camera, and tape measure all at his disposal, a Fulton County senior appraiser with the Board of Assessors is ready to begin assessing homes for the day. Every Fulton County property is assessed each year. On average, field checks are conducted once every 2 weeks, with 10 to 15 homes assessed. If the homes are large, that number drops, which was the case in this field check. 4 homes were assessed and 3 discrepancies were found. One home featured an addition not previously listed, another home had living space listed as an enclosed porch, and the garage of the last house had inaccurate measurements. To ensure the property values of these homes and others are correct, several characteristics are considered, such as the size of the land lot, age, location, and sales of comparable properties. Photographs also play a major role in determining property value. Not only do they prove what the house looks like on the ground level versus an aerial shot, they offer a reference point.
Well, the reason we take pictures are several-fold. The main one is so that when we get back to the office, if there's something that when we're out there we didn't pick up or we didn't measure right or whatever, we have a reference point of the pictures to see what it was exactly, and those pictures will go into the electronic file on the parcel for future reference, and they can be used to describe the property at BOE hearings and appeals.
Property in Fulton County is becoming more valuable. By having the county appraise your home, it helps you know how much your home is worth. And if you disagree with your notice of assessment when it arrives in May, you can always appeal, as long as it's within 45 days.
Well, if they disagree with our assessment, they have the appeals process where they file an appeal and explain why they're disagreeing with the value that we had placed on the property. Sometimes there's some data that we might have incorrect that would be in favor of the taxpayer, and there might be times that what we have is accurate and the taxpayer may not be as aware of what the market is doing as what we have. But they have an appeals process to dispute whatever value that we place on the process, and we can come to an agreement on.
That appeal can be made in person at one of the Board of Assessors' 5 office locations or on the Assessor's Office new website, fultonassessor.org. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Felicia Church.
Thanks for coming on.
Meanwhile, the Fulton County House delegation meets again to discuss the Fulton County home exemptions known as House Bill 1064.
Well, so really what it means is for anyone over 65, if this bill were to pass, it would be an incremental reduction in their taxes, probably in the neighborhood of a couple of $100s. But again, more importantly, it sets the stage for a simplification of our exemptions overall, and then ultimately applying this same level of reduction in taxes to both schools and cities. And that's where seniors would see a noticeable difference in their tax bill.
I'm just delighted that Chuck Martin could bring this forward for us, Representative Martin and Chairman of the Fulton County delegation, and just so hope that we can finish this up before the end of the session.
And still to come on Fulton Today, commissioners go one-on-one with residents about the tax assessment process. Stay with us, everybody. Fulton commissioners host town hall meetings all about the tax assessment process ahead of the home extension deadline. That story and more in this week's District by District coverage.
We're at the Bowden Center today. This is another stop on our road show regarding upcoming tax season. There's a lot of concern based upon what happened last year. So people are rightfully concerned about taxes and how to take advantage of all of the homestead exemptions that are available. So what we're doing and what we're doing throughout the county is explaining to people in simple terms what the process is, how their property is evaluated or appraised, and what the steps are if they object to the appraisals that they receive.
There are 14 to 15 different exemptions that you may or may not qualify for. So not only is there a senior exemption, but there's also a veterans exemption. And so we want to make sure that you all understand all of those exemptions so that you will be better prepared and better informed as tax season approaches.
Commissioners also visited the Dorothy C. Benson Center in District 3.
We're really trying to make an effort to make sure people are going to expect 2018 assessment notices to be at least as high as the 2017 notices. And one of the things I learned early on the commission was that folks don't know about all of the exemptions, especially the age-based exemptions that the county, the city, and the school boards provide to folks. So this education piece is extremely important, and I was pleased by the turnout, and the questions were incredibly perceptive, and I thought it was a very successful meeting.
It really is very, very helpful, and the fact that we had several people from the tax assessor's office and from the commission, it was, it was very well rounded, and they were very patient with our questions. So I myself greatly appreciate when I don't have to travel downtown to ask a question.
District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall continues her tour of senior facilities in her district. The commissioner visited the New Horizons Neighborhood Senior Center to talk one-on-one with her constituents.
I'm very glad to see that here at the New Horizons Neighborhood Senior Center, they have brand new kitchen equipment. It's state-of-the-art. And just to be able to talk to the seniors as I tour these senior centers and multi-purpose facilities is very important to me, to hear about the things that they need and their concerns. And I want to make sure that we enhance our facilities for every senior and offer what they need to improve their quality of life.
Commissioner Hall has already visited a number of senior centers to hear firsthand their needs and concerns. Seniors seem appreciative of the opportunity to meet the first-term commissioner. Commissioner Hall represents Central Fulton, which includes the city of Atlanta. She was elected in 2017 to fill the unexpired term of the late Commissioner Joan Garner. And finally, in District 6, seniors feel what it's like to be a real artist. Participants of the Hayeville Senior Center created their first ever one-of-a-kind pieces of art and then put them on display for all to see.
This is seniors that have never painted before at all. I'm teaching them pretty much the basics from start to finish on how to complete a painting.
I really enjoyed the art class. It gave me an opportunity to experience something I often wanted to do for a long time, and it was more rewarding than I thought. But I probably should have took a simpler project, but I decided to do the church.
It shows beauty. It shows discipline. It shows love of family and love of community, and we are just so appreciative of the work that has been done by the South Fulton Service Center, one of our partners, and also with the art department.
This is one of the many program offerings with the Senior Services and Arts departments. To get more information, you can just call the Star Line. Now you can catch your commissioners at work all this week with a rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And when Fulton Today returns, seniors put in the sweat equity to live longer lives. We'll explain. As we wrap up National Nutrition Month, we get a glimpse at how Fulton County is trying to keep its seniors healthy. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega explains.
They are all over 55 years of age and all determined to live as long as possible. These are participants of the Helene S. Mills Senior Multipurpose Facility who packed the center to learn how they can add years to their lives.
Been coming here since I retired, and it's been wonderful. I was never very physically fit, but now I think I'm getting there. The exercise is awesome.
National Nutrition Month is a nutrition education and information campaign that focuses on the importance of making informed food choices and developing sound eating and physical activity habits. The same mission of Fulton's Senior Services programs.
You can function at any age level. It doesn't matter your age, it just matters your fitness level, but we wanted to encourage other seniors that they can actually do it.
The 2018 National Nutrition Month theme is Go Further with Food. And when dealing with a senior population, how much food they eat is important. Fulton Senior Services professionals say part of the nutrition problem is the food deserts in which many seniors live. A desert is an area where few healthy food establishments exist. It's why the county asked those here to take a survey about their food securities.
Some found out that they were in the high level of security and had nothing to worry about, and others determined that they were possibly at risk. And I suggested that they call our information and assistance line, the Star Line.
The County Star Line provides resources for those who may have challenges with access to food. On this day, healthy snacks, a healthy meal, and information about healthy eating were all provided, along with the new walking trail in the Mills facility. The hope is that with what seniors learn here, they will remember at home, and that will help them to live longer lives. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you, Priscilla. Meanwhile, speaking of keeping seniors active, here's a look at one of the most competitive but fun games in the county. It's the Ballers from the Mills Center taking on the Lew Walker Senior Center in a game of water volleyball. Along with providing the seniors interaction and camaraderie, games like water volleyball offer many health benefits.
It's excellent for seniors because if you have any ailments, arthritis, pain in your knee, your back, perfect. Get rid of all of it by the movement, and it's fun.
Awesome exercise. We play, have fun in the water. The water's warm, so we're working on arthritis and exercising, so it's awesome.
To get a look at all of the senior offerings, you can contact the Star Line. Fulton's youth commissioners are launching a campaign to keep their peers from drugs and alcohol on prom night. As a part of their annual prom safety contest, students attending a Fulton County or Atlanta public school can submit an innovative in-school prom safety campaign utilizing any form of multimedia. Each entry must incorporate one of the following themes or messages: prevention of driving under the drug and alcohol influence, prevention of alcohol consumption, prevention of drug usage, texting while driving prevention, peer pressure and bullying prevention, and prevention of violence and weapons.
So the school who has designed the best way to get a message across about safety around prom season will win their prom partially sponsored by Fulton County Youth Commission and many of our partners.
Thanks to Fulton's partners, the winning school will also receive $1,500, have their prom hosted by a celebrity radio personality, as well as a surprise celebrity guest. The deadline to enter is Monday, April 2nd by 5 p.m. For information, including how to submit entries, call 404-612-7386. Up next on Fulton Today, the pilot program that has seniors living out loud. Stay with us. The recent big water main break in another metro county proves the point that it is important to address any size water leak. As a part of National Fix a Leak Week, Fulton's Public Works professionals hosted a number of events, including the kickoff celebration here in the Government Center. Did you know that on an annual basis, household leaks across the nation waste 1 trillion gallons of water? Well, that means you and your family are wasting over 10,000 gallons of water, enough to wash nearly 300 loads of laundry.
First thing you want to do is look at your bill. If you've got any spikes in your bill or if it seems to be climbing, then that can be a tip that you have a leak. The next thing you want to do is read your water meter. So if you make sure all of your appliances and fixtures are turned off, take a look at your meter, write down the number, and then leave the house for a couple of hours so you know that you're not using any water. When you come back, read that again, and if the number's not exactly the same, then you're losing water somewhere. You've got a leak.
Celebrated nationally, Fix a Leak Week is an opportunity to improve the water efficiency of your home by finding and fixing leaks. And finally, loudly and proudly, seniors display their artistic side. The Seniors Arts Program, Living Out Loud, began its inaugural campaign in style with big celebrations at the South Fulton Arts Center and then later at the Southwest Arts Center. County leaders took part in the festivities.
So this is a perfect opportunity to utilize existing resources, existing facilities, in order to be able to offer more services to our seniors.
Living Out Loud is a collaboration between the Arts and Culture Department and the Senior Services Department, and it provides expanded art services to all Fulton County residents at least 55 years of age.
This is a pilot effort in dance, in music, in theater, and a number of other artistic endeavors, visual arts, crafts, and they will be able to participate in those kinds of programs, which helps to enrich their lives.
The 10-week program ends May 24th. For more information on Living Out Loud, you can call 404-612-5780 or log on to fultonarts.org. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show and any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.